is to survive.
Whoa. Well, there went the rest of this year's budget on an intro. You know, marching bands are surprisingly not very cheap. Alright, that's it. Pack up your flugelhorn. You guys can go. Thank you for your service. Let's see, where were we? Something about things being not cheap. Right, yes. The cost of things and how that changes. And that's going to bring us to today's guest. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the Premium Tier 8 German, what's your pronoun? Destroyer. Give it up for Elbing. That's right, the Elbing, the ship that first caused all the hoopla in the auction. Seems like we haven't used that feature in a while. Who wants to bet on its return next update? But now, for those with a modicum of patience, it has returned as a global XP ship for the low price of 1.25 million global XP, something like that. Anyway, what does all your savings get you? A terrible destroyer, but a great cruiser and a destroyer's body. But just like Lady Gaga, Elbing was born this way, and that is a-okay with me. But just know, if you're going to try and do destroyer things in Elbing, you're probably going to struggle. Its agility, and I shouldn't use that word, its mobility is equivalent to a battleship. Hold on, let me put this thing in reverse. As I was saying, trying to use this ship as a normal destroyer is going to be a struggle, but struggle or not, you're going to need a party posse to get this tugboat moving. So we have Old Bay seasoning, great on seafood and destroyers, Szechuan peppercorn, Vinny Momo, and if you see that last module I have on, that's the reload mod. Ignore that. You don't want that one here. You want the range mod, and you will see in this match as I struggle to find anything to shoot. But hey, it's been a long time since I had played this ship, so I need a little time to figure it out. And speaking of shooting, you know the story. German HE Alpha is no bueno, but when a destroyer is bow into you, it is the best option. Same if they're flat broadside. Your AP will likely overpin, but once they show you a little bit of leg, your AP can and will arm inside of another destroyer. And there is our first ship sunk. Now, I'm positive that there are torpedoes on the way, and really, there's not much reason for me to be down here anymore. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to relocate to be here, and is it cool if I put on a little music? Because this is going to take a while. Well, this is going to be a little bit of a trip, kids, so put on your seatbelts and let's talk some stats. Elbing, or El Banco in Espanol, is armed with 3 triple-turret 150mm guns. But unlike many other German ships with guns this size, Elbing gets the added benefit of very improved penetration angles. That is why we put Jinbing on here, because we essentially remove the chance to ricochet angles of these shells and make it either a pin or an auto bounce, no in between. And unlike nearly all other German destroyers, Elbing has no sonar, so you won't be setting smoke sonar traps today, Randy. It does have long-range torpedoes, but they are so incredibly slow, they make Italian sea mines look like speedboats. They do hit pretty hard and have a low detection. Trying to torp something outside of short range is an exercise in futility. These torps are better suited to be used to flood popular traffic areas, because you never know what might happen. So great guns, terrible maneuverability, alright torps, very little utility, and a severe disadvantage for doing destroyer-type things. So does this make this ship worth it? Well, I think so, but just so long as you know what you're getting into. And I should definitely mention that this match that we are watching is definitely not how I would normally deliver the bonkos in this ship. But someone has to make sure we win, which is really not what Elbing is good for. But speaking of getting into things, I have got myself centrally located so I can have access to all sorts of fun shenanigans, and that's really something you will need to be doing with Elbing. You will need to recognize when it is time to go elsewhere, and then realize you probably should have done it a couple minutes earlier. And all of that is just a way to fill some time until we actually get into a little action in this game. And that's why I say the range mod would be nice. I could actually be shooting that Alabama instead of just whistling Dixie on my way to flip this cap. So I am looking to get some damage in. Let's just see what we can do on this Alsace. Look at those torpedoes. Remember those torpedoes. And let's see, what do we get here? A ricochet and an overpen. Okay, well, you know what? At least that Alsace is going in there. Oh, wait, we should mention one last thing. Defensive AA. Well, let's see what it does to these planes. Yes. Feed me. Feed me all your planes. Look at those flat clouds, just shredding them all down. Yeah, by the time the carrier player turns around, they are all gone. And now we can have a little bit of fun. So, basically, there is the carrier. There. When did we shoot those? 15 minutes ago? But look, at least it got us a little damage. Where were we? I think we were at about 10,000 damage before, so now we're at just over 51,000. Anyway, my plan here, shoot this Lexington, right? Shoot something. Shoot the Flanders. We don't know. Just get out there and actually do something to actually contribute to this match and have a little bit of fun, because that's the point, right? Have fun. So I'm going out this way to set a smoke screen and start shooting something, whatever it is. And it looks like it's going to be this Flanders, or maybe it's going to be that carrier if they get spotted. There's the carrier. Let's get some shots off here and start dropping our smoke any minute now. Yeah, the carrier is turning out. That's no fun. Alright, well, we'll switch to HE and get a couple shots off on them, and then, of course, they are going to actually drop spot any minute now, and I'm going to be wondering, hey, what happened here? Why can't anybody else spot? Why does the Elbing have to do the spotting? This is what it's terrible at, and this is the problem with this ship. But, well, you know what? At least the Lexington's gone. You really have to have somebody out there spotting for you so you can actually use this ship to what it's good at. And that is the other problem. Playing this, since it is a destroyer, takes up a destroyer spot in the matchmaker, and yet you can't really do destroyer type things. I know we always kind of say that about like Russian ships too, but they are better at being destroyers. Sorry, the Russian destroyers. They are better at doing destroyer type things than Elbing is even. So at least I've got somebody to spot here. And I don't know if you've been watching these damage numbers go up. We were at 52,000 before, so we've already put 15,000 damage into the Flanders right here. And I think when all is said and done, when we actually sink this ship, I believe we're going to get about 20,000 damage in it in just a brief amount of time. That's the spicy AP on this, and that's what this ship is good at. If people are not careful, you can be chipping them away with great haste. All right, oh boy, now we gotta reverse again. So for whatever reason, my team has all rotated to the southwest of the map. No doubt being hounded relentlessly by the Red Destroyer, but thanks to my awareness 6 minutes ago, I have got myself halfway to engage the Reds, and my team has really put themselves in a place for me to go Kraken hunting. Here, we need 3 more ships, and we aren't going for that Alabama that's out on that 3-hour tour. So once we get this thing all turned around, we can do our Creed impression and welcome these ships with arms wide open. At this moment, I was like, hey, you know what? Let's just go ahead and use this defensive AA mod again. We might as well get some plane shot down and get a little bit more XP. Anyway, looking at this match now, we are at about 80,000 damage, which, you know, that's not all that bad, but I'm going to position myself over on this side of the opening to trap because I'm expecting every single red ship to come in here. That's just the way it tends to go. I believe our carrier's actually going to spot that Red Destroyer here pretty soon and actually get them spotted for me. Yes, there's the Z-23, and once again we will see using HE as they go bow in, which watch how the carrier forces them to go bow into me. so we get the HE off, immediately switch to the AP because you know this destroyer is going to try and torp me, but German destroyers are thick, and bonk, there we go. 3 full pins with the AP on the Z-23. And I was starting to think, okay, let's put these in here. They may be using sonar, who knows, but if I can get around to the side of these ships, we might actually be able to finally do Elbing type things in this game. And we also have the added benefit that I'm guessing, looking at that Vladivostok, I'm guessing they're using Will to Rebuild. And my feelings towards that skill are well known. And the question is, can Elbing dish out more damage than Will to Rebuild can heal? We will find out. So don't mind me while I just trundle over to the side here. Do we need to put another song on the radio? No, we're gonna be fine here. Okay, yeah, I recognize if I really was good, I would be capping the other base, but we got this one. I've got to do experiments, so let's see how this works. Alright, we're getting some shots here. Alright, about 5,000 damage there. So that should be 3 salvos to sink the Vladivostok. Yeah, they definitely have Will to Rebuild going right there, but we're shooting their non-damage saturated nose so we can get damage quickly. And I believe on this shot we actually sink them. And hey, that Embra, they're shooting at me, so Vladivostok's turned the guns. Alright, we got a little bit of health here. That's our 4th ship sunk. Now we can El Banco the Embra. I said El Banco the Embra for... I said El Banco the Embra for Kraken 451 in the Elbing. Alrighty, let's see the scoreboard. 3,106 base XP for a very good game, and not a bad showing by the blue team, but it looks like the Reds lost a couple ships fairly quickly and just weren't able to recover, but a GG to all involved, and that's going to wrap it up for this one. If you are planning on dishing out the bonks with Elbing, give this video a like. If you're going to spec all into HE with it, give it a dislike. Questions, comments, leave them down below, and if you want to be here for the next one, like I said, we got a lot right now. Think about hitting subscribe. Thanks for watching, folks. I will get back out there for another one soon, and we will talk then.